Okay, here's an ad for a mall. We have no shots of the actual mall, which is asinine, right? I mean, they could at least show you what's in the mall, but hell, it was the 70s. We were all on cocaine. What is all this crap? I don't even know the name of this mall. I'm not allowed in them. Court order. Oh, good, the name, location, and business hours of this stupid place. I'm still not going, just saying.
And now on to our feature presentation. This movie is brought to you with wall-to-wall carpeting and is called Dawn O, the Dead, and Gail is having a sexy nightmare about Elmo. For all you millennials, this is how AOL chat rooms operated.
I believe Jar Jar Binks will become as great as R2-D2.
Shut up, motherfucker.
The coolest kid wants to join in with his opinion of Jar Jar, but can't find his password.
Gail, I found an ornithopter autogyro on the roof. Bring 2 friends and a bottle of used scotch, and we'll find some place cooler to hang. Don't let the weenie on the camera know about this.
I know I'm a weenie. He didn't have to say it out loud.
That night, just as the moon gets closer to the Earth, Batman descends a building.
Look, we have no idea why we're surrounding you. We've got a bunch of guys with guns, 'cause they want to look cool. Just go along with it, and it will all be over.
Man, I do look cool.
A tenant protests by falling off the roof while bobbing for apples in the basement. Martin is interrupted by the man behind the curtain.
It is I, the wizard of the basement. Who dare disturb my sleep?
Is that you, Roger?
Martin, help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Just for once, let me look on you with my own eyes.
I wore this mask for 15 years to scare kids away from touching my laundry.
Your identity is safe with Mirage.
Just then, one of those automatic opening doors automatically opened. Martin and Roger jumped into cool-looking mode when in walked a man with no gun in his hand.
I just lost an ass-kicking contest. Now the other guy has 2 legs.
And with that joke, we're off to the next scene. After stealing TC's Island Hopper helicopter, they land back on the ground in another location. Gail has bleached her scarf so the 4th Doctor doesn't find her and kill her. A sleeping man upsets Gail. It reminds her of father, always with an empty gas nozzle by his side, legally sleeping on the pavement. Fly Guy explains to Gail that filling a gas tank is just like the act of baby making. She won't screw it up. She hears another man sleeping at work, like her father would if he ever went to work, because of all his sleeping.
Calling all cool people. We have a whirly bird next to a sleeping guy. That reminds Gail of her father.
Gail hears a car. That reminds her of the one her sleeping father never filled, because he was sneaking gas in his pockets when sleeping.
Sorry about your screen. Does that sleeping man mind you of your father?
Gail sees another awake male exiting the vehicle. Roger just farted, but doesn't advertise it. And with the help of magic, they ascend into the lightless night. Under the cloak of daylight, everyone is awakened by the sound of gas pumps not being used. They ignore checking the ladder for vital signs. Roger goes to check the gift shop for frozen Pop-Tarts.
I'm gonna drain the squishins from the lizard.
Don't stick your hand in an angry fuel flap. You could lose your nose picking trigger fingers. Before the invention of the spigot and garden hose, this was the only way to get water. Hearing paper flap on a door, Martin prepares for action. Roger, in his head, thinks to himself out loud.
There's something up with that door.
That door has caused enough trouble. Roger hears bad dancing outside. Martin tests his might. Roger narrowly avoids his brush with death's door. Gail gets upset when she sees an upright bipedal male walking with his legs, because it reminds her of her father who didn't use his legs that often, cause of all the sleeping. Roger confronts Fly Guy on his not-so-fly moves, but decides it's not his fault. He's white, and if Sean Spicer can make it look so easy on Dancing with the Stars, maybe Fly Guy has a chance. They back out of this horrid place to nuke the site for Morbid.
That was f***ing awesome.
After a hop, skip and jump away from their previous location, the hungry helicopter crew come upon a strange sight to behold, with strange alien-like foliage. Odd for this time of year, Gail notices a strange alien-like structure ahead. Also odd for this time of year, Roger gets out to see if the air is breathable. Gail doesn't care. Fly Guy uses bottled air just in case. Gail breathes a sigh of relief, knowing that there is siable air. Martin takes his rightful place at Roger's side. Gail sees the high-voltage sign and is not instantly reminded of her father. They find strange pyramid structures, monuments to the gods, perhaps. Or could they be terrestrial greenhouses for farming alien babies, perhaps?
On the next ancient aliens, baby.
As they run about aimlessly, Roger stops to pee on some ancient architecture. Martin finds transparent, see-through glass and peers into a wondrous world below.
To open, break glass. Chicken butt.
But
Roger knows when it's his time to shine. Martin gracefully jumps down, like a jumping animal with legs. They hear the gentle swinging of a light. They leave well enough alone. Gail wants to play upseas downsies. Roger and Martin walk single file to hide their numbers and descends the stairwell to hell, stopping to play peek-a-boo with Gail. Oh, look, it's hallway and oats. That's all I got, folks. Deal with it.
Man, did you see me run?
Yo, word.
In the catacombs, Fly Guy hears a disturbing sound.
Who dare enter my damp, sexy cavern? I hope your other pistol doesn't shoot blanks. Your pressure is rising, and it's getting hot and steamy in here. Are you able to blow me away with your loaded gun? You shot top my detachable head. Make love to my heady orifices. These are all sex innuendo jokes, darling.
All the men have a meeting at Carpet Muncher's Emporium. Roger and Martin decide if Fly Guy is cool enough to hang with them. Fly Guy consults the Big Book of Cool for coolness procedures and finds the clause that says if you own a bomber jacket and sunglasses, by law you are cool. Roger goes to confirm said clause. Now, he is part of the tribe. Gail tries out for the Olympic pairs figure skating and is beaten out by 2 mannequins, but they won't be making it to the Olympics. The men, however, do manly things, opening sliding doors, running around the store without parental supervision, and some slip-slide-in adventures. They play army men with their big cancer-inducing shouty boxes.
Hey, Rog.
Yeah.
I am right next to you.
They acquire a wheelbarrow full of hopes and wishes. Not really. They just stole a whole bunch of crap. They find the greatest store ever conceived, the guns, cheese and candy shopatorium. Martin feels like he's seen it all.
that was fun.
As fun can be.
Yo, word.
At this point in the story, Martin starts to show signs of not giving a damn. He makes Roger reenact the movie, driving Miss Martin. He stares at nothing, wondering if he really needs legs. Once in a while, he finds happiness with a warm gun, trying on a parade of one's silly hat, and trying Lizard Squishin's newest flavour, giant rotten squid eggs and used toilet water. But he finally just gave into being lazy like a warm blanket of farts, which causes paralysis of the caring anymore. They try to make Martin get out of bed, but he is in the first stages of the lazy shakes. Roger stops doing whatever Roger is doing to find out what's going on, and finds Martin lazy to the touch. This is the result of not using your legs and too many snickerdoodles. Roger waits as Martin's laziness creeps through his bones and orifices. Roger gets his courage up to persuade Martin to get out of bed.
Let me be. Let me wallow in thy soaked silk pajamas. There's nothing left to do. We ran down a hole and went shopping. There's nothing left. I'm just gonna lay here under my little tent from now on. And there's nothing you or anybody else that's gonna make me come out. Not you, Mick Fly Guy, or that sassy hoe out there.
Martin is cured of his laziness and is buried in the memorial park next to the 1-hour photomat. Life went on for the ones that were still alive. Mundanity had set in, with all the cart pushing, typing of angry letters to the editor, and the strewing about of fashions, long since out of fashion. Roger would practice his whacking skills on the innocent tennis balls he stole from the sporting goods store. Some balls jumped off the roof in protest. Fly Guy tries to sleep, but the couch is too soft, the TV static channel too loud, and Gail's boobs are too blurry. So Fly Guy goes to his special crying place, but his old pickle ball wound flares up, which causes the elevator to plummet for no reason. They realise Fly Guy is now in God's ground floor.
I have such a good feeling to know I'm alive.
Roger doesn't have good vibrations anymore. Gail hides behind her support ladder.
If you're not on that ladder, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, but definitely in a week and a half.
Roger shoves Gail through the ceiling on the ladder she rode in on. Knowing he will never climb the social ladder, Roger realises there's nothing here for him anymore.
I'm sorry, Gail. I cannot allow you to fly such a complicated vehicle. You are a woman and would not understand. Goodbye.
With a
This concludes the movie recap. Attention, boys and girls. Now for your viewing pleasure, the Automobile and Motorcycle Mayhem Circus.